Okay, good evening. Who out there has been the victim of a home invasion? I have, and was able to apprehend a burglar, incapacitate him, and turn him over to authorities. We've all either heard of someone getting robbed, known someone that has happened to, or we see it on the news often. I started wrestling over 20 years ago and then started boxing and kickboxing. I'm also a black belt in the Marine Corps Martial Arts program. As you know, my name is Ryan Wallace, and today my speech is to inform you of what combative sports are and their benefits. Combative sports are beneficial in many ways, from self-defense to overall health. So today I'm going to talk about, for one, what the combative sports are. Secondly, I'm going to talk about the benefits of training. And lastly, I'll talk about what inspired myself to train. So the first thing I'm going to talk about, what are combative sports? Now, according to the Merriam-Webster-Dictionary.com website, a combative is an eagerness to contend or fight, and a sport is just to engage in a sport. Another definition I found useful would be from the Texas Licensing Regulation Department. That states a competition between contestants in which a blow is struck which may reasonably be expected to inflict injury. The purpose of combative sports is to finish your opponent. It's not just self-defense. So to finish your opponent, it's either by knockout, TKO, submit them unconscious, or beat them until they can't compete any longer. The different forms of combative sports can be boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai, which is known as the 8-point art because you have 2 hands, 2 elbows, 2 knees, and 2 feet. There's Judo, which came from Japan a long time ago, and then Jiu-Jitsu, which derived from Judo a very long time ago. There's also other military styles out there, like the Israeli Krav Maga and the Marine Corps Martial Arts program. Both of these programs are a mixture of discipline, and they involve weaponry incorporated into the fighting. Now, combative sports have been around for a very long time. There have been tablets found in Babylon, Iraq, that are over 5,000 years old, that show 2 people contending in a match. Both their hands are wrapped as if they're fighting. It's been around forever. It's been around since the beginning of time. Next, I'm going to talk about the benefits of training for combative sports. Now, according to SportsFocusNutrition.com, combative sports training helps to improve overall strength, performance, your level of fitness, and your overall health and wellness. Now, training is addictive, but your health will not decline because of this habit. Now, there are other benefits to training, like protecting yourself and your family. Like I said, training will benefit you and your family, but it can also give you the ability to help others who may need it. I found myself on more than a few occasions stepping into situations to help others who needed help. Most people do not help other people in need if they're getting robbed or beaten up, but if you have the ability to help someone who can't help themselves, I believe you should. Now, even though having the ability is a benefit of training, there's a lot of local law enforcement agencies out there that are not looking for local heroes. So obviously the situation is going to dictate what you do. Finally, I want to talk about what inspired myself to start training. Like I said, I started wrestling over 20 years ago, and I got hooked on the competition. Then I got into kickboxing and other forms that I just love doing, not for the training, but actually getting in with other people and putting those skills to the test. I've also had family members who trained and competed in the past. One particular family member, who I'm not going to name, he's an icon in the fighting community. He was even one of the founding fathers of full contact kickboxing here in the United States. He was even in a few movies and was a bodyguard for some celebrities like Elvis. He went undefeated in the 70s and early 80s until he retired from fighting. He's a lot older now, but he still does seminars and he still teaches people how to fight. I was also inspired again in my life when I woke up in the middle of the night and had a burglar in my bedroom. That situation in itself gave me reason and inspiration to never stop training just in case something else was to happen. So to sum it up, the purpose of my speech was to inform you of what combative sports are. I discussed what combative sports are, the benefits of training, and what inspired me to train. Again, I feel qualified enough on the subject because I've been training for so many years. Now, remember, if you want to get in a lot better shape, have the ability to protect yourself and your family, combative sports comes in handy for both reasons. So hopefully everybody listening doesn't become the victim of a home invasion, and if you do, I really hope that you're not home for it. Out of all the things that have ever happened to me, I never expected some random stranger to break into my home and I'd get woken up in the middle of the night by screams. Even though I stopped him from escaping and I was able to physically dominate him, I knew luck wasn't the reason why I could. It was from years of training for combative sports. Thank you.